On last week's episode of Curtain Call, the Boogie Nights edition,
I feel, in my mind, that Boogie Nights has endless possibilities. We created a cross-marketing partnership with Tilton Fitness to create the Boogie Nights workout.
do you ever stop and think to yourself, wait, I might be micromanaging this just a little bit too much?
No.
I don't want it. And I ain't paying for it.
I was a police officer for 8 years, and I DJ'd on the side.
Here's my Boogie Nights workout. Altoids, Diet Coke, and stress. And that's what I'm gonna be going on until we open doors.
Curtain Call with David Spatz. The Boogie Nights edition. Presented by Tropicana Casino and Resort.
It's a long process. I mean, the drawings, the paperwork, the back and forth meetings about space and egress and things that you don't think about when you're seeing a grand vision.
There's no bulbs needed. It's an LED. This is an LED aperture bulb. These bulbs will never be changed. This building will crumble before 275,000 hours. But I can dim them down to nothing.
I think they all have to be, any of those fixtures go to pink or blue all the way across. And this is absolutely, definitely not this light. Now, let's talk about the cans.
Okay.
What's the idea?
I can put theater gel inside. See?
Done, I love it.
Okay. You pick the colors, I'll get the gel. That little
Is that good for you
plastic
guys?
part that covers the aperture,
Yeah.
there's no heat. It's an LED, zero heat. So I can put anything in there to color that lens.
Perfect.
You pick the colors, I'll put them in.
Okay, why don't we actually...
I'll mock a few up.
Okay. As much as I've done this before, anytime it gets close to the wire like this is where I get really excited / panicky.
It was Eric, Tony, and Steve and I said, I'm stressed. Like, I feel like this. And he said, that's all the club has to do is open. I'm like, really? Because do you not see what's going on around us?
And as long as the ball arrives and the floor lights up, it's on trucks, it's on rigs, it's on boats. You know, anything could happen. Right now, you know, if a ball is in Washington and has to make its way all the way here to Atlantic City, that's a whole process. It has to travel across the country to end up there. Until it gets there, you can't sleep. And now this is at the point where I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and actually mentally start putting punch lists together. It's not just me.
Diane, where are you at on signage?
On signage?
Directional signage to say Boogie Nights, weren't you working?
I ordered those big mighty notes. They should be here tomorrow.
How many did you get?
I have 2.
The staffing is coming into play right now. Training today, the personality and being able to smile and being able to engage the customer is the most important thing for me. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Danielle, who's my assistant, work with you and get you some outfits and get you dressed and answer any questions, because the most important thing is to really, the room, we're taking people back in time. That's a given. And the experience, that's a given. It's now up for us to also make them feel like you really are a cocktail server from the 1980s or the 1970s. Our weekly meetings are swaying. We've done a lot of weekly meetings for marketing, but now it's definitely getting to the point where it's weekly meetings about punch lists for all the things, the items.
One other thing, Amy's getting some calls for couples. We really don't have any places for that. And the other thing that she's getting a little bit of, not pushback, but she's sensing some uneasiness, which I think is silly, but the Swingers Lounge name is not going over well.
They feel like they're really going to swap couples.
Well, no, it's just it's uncomfortable. When they're asking me, what can you do for a 2? My husband and I are coming in, what can you do for us? Well, we start, I put you in the swingers circle. I mean, that's the initial, that's the conversation. Right. That's how it starts. Okay. And
there's like a pause.
Yeah, there's definitely a pause.
Okay.
It's all the way in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we have to switch it, maybe as people see it and are more comfortable and realize
it's definitely causing people.
I tell you what then, because if Jungle Boogie is becoming this is what I wanted to talk about. If Jungle Boogie is becoming the prime seating and Paradise City, can we put then? Can we save the? Can then we save the swinger circle for the players? Okay.
I think ultimately we're going to have to switch that one from the players to be a public booth. Jungle Boogie.
That's what I mean.
I think we're going to have.
Because she's getting those calls right now, so we might as well make that decision.
I think that view there with those two screens.
Yes.
By the way, is the screen hung? I got to tell you, it's gone remarkably smooth, scary smooth. This is the third one that I've been involved with, from design all the way through to construction and opening. And maybe it's because Dave is now, this is the fifth one that he's done, and the third one that I've been involved with. I think it's gone great.
What a way to go.
Hey Scott, you're almost out of the room, buddy.
The group feels all the pressure equally. And that's when you know you have a good team. If you're just stressing, then you don't have a good team. But if your whole team is there with you and feels the same concerns and hops in with solutions, that's when you know that the team is right. So, cook it.
Scotty, are you going to mount that pink shackle?
As Boogie Nights began to take shape and resemble the club it would eventually become, a lone figure showed up one Saturday morning, determined to leave his lasting mark on Boogie Nights. Armed with some cans of spray paint, a ladder, a keen eye, and a steady hand, he began to freehand a psychedelic image of the Boogie Nights logo on a wall near the entrance to the club. Now, this was no ordinary sign painter at work. It was a man who's emerged as an underground star on the Philadelphia graffiti circuit who calls himself Air Rat.
I guess in the past, maybe 15, 20 years, graffiti went from being everywhere, you know, on the street illegally, to being accepted by companies and companies wanting a brand that has a edgier street feel to it. To the layman's eye, it might just say, oh, that's a cool font, but to a graffiti artist, they see it and they go, oh, well, like that kind of letter form is derived from, you know, Los Angeles graffiti or New York graffiti or Philadelphia graffiti, and it really speaks volume when people recognize it as such and can accept it as an art form. When I decided, hey, I want to be an artist, and you know, with doing art, you know, you got to strive and push and starve and push some more and starve some more, and then one day you write your name on a wall and 10 of your friends go, whoa, man, I saw your name on that wall. And you're like, man, that was a nice pat on the back. So you go out and you write your name on a wall some more. So it definitely starts and begins with this want for recognition. I had some run-ins with the law that kind of put an end to me wanting to go out and write a name. I had some health issues. Usually I work with a mask on now, just laying this out without one. But it takes a toll on you. You know, you get tired of going to work with a black eye because you had a conflict with another writer. You get tired of hiding in bushes. That side of, you know, the thrill was gone. And I feel like I reached a point where it's like, well, I've done all of the stereotypical musts of a graffiti writer. Like, oh, I've painted on a rooftop. Oh, I've painted on a train line. Oh, I've painted in a tunnel before. And then you start looking forward to things like this, where it's like, well, I've never painted in a club before. So here I am painting in a club. And to me, it's like, I could, you know, talk to some of my friends that are still out putting themselves at risk and say, oh, cool, you guys, you know, ran from the cops on a train line last night. Well, what did I do? Oh, I was in AC painting Boogie Nights. There's some people that are strictly bombers. They want to write their name however they can write it, as many times as they can write it. Then there's this group that think like, hey, I love painting. I love painting characters, I love painting people, I love painting, like that's their passion. They want to be out painting legal pieces, illegal pieces. They want to get paid for it. They do clothing companies, anything, because it's like that's all they know is graffiti. For me, you know, a signature on this wall is more a claim, more rep, as they say in the graffiti world, that It's like, wow, he was able to paint inside that club and leave his mark there.
Join the party at Atlantic City's funkiest, grooviest, baddest, most totally awesome dance club. Boogie Nights, the ultimate 70s and 80s dance club. Every Friday and Saturday night, Boogie Nights brings back the magic of the 70s and 80s for the ultimate, most over-the-top party experience.
It's great sound system, great lights, great music, and a great crowd.
Plus, themed VIP booths and events, characters, celebrity guest performers, and the hottest DJs bring the party on our light-up dance floor under the largest disco ball in Atlantic City. Book your VIP booth today at BoogieNightsAC.com.
This is amazing. Like, I can't wait to come back and get a group of friends together and get all dressed up.
So come on and grab your friends and get ready to shake your groove thing all night long at Boogie Nights, the ultimate 70s and 80s dance club, located on the casino floor behind Tango's Lounge in Tropicana.
Dave Pena goes for it. I think that Dave doesn't let anything hold him back. If there is something that people might say, oh, we shouldn't do that, I think that makes Dave want to do it more. So when you walk in there and you see people with crazy afro wigs and they're named Mr. Boogie, and you see girls who are wearing as little clothing as possible rolling around on roller skates, he just goes for it. Whatever it is, even if you look at the art, with Mark Weiss, who's a great rock photographer, I mean, he could have probably gone out and gotten cheap art. Instead, he hired a great photographer and bought his original stuff.
Do a little bump and grind there. That's it. There we go. That's it. Here we go. Give me a little dance. Give me a little. Come on. Come on. Listen to the music. Come on. Everyone, come on. That's it. Come on, everyone, kind of get into it.
If I get to work with people that I like and that I idolize and that I've sort of put on this pedestal, especially memories from the 70s and 80s, I do it.
A lot of people know me as Ozzy Osbourne and Bon Jovi and a lot of heavy metal, Twisted Sister. But back then, I mean, I shot Olivia Newton-John, the Bee Gees, Chris Christopherson, a lot of pop stars.
Come on, a little more. Sass it up a little bit. And keep the.
First time I shot Madonna was when she first went on MTV, when she did a walk-on. Her first walk-on on MTV. I was MTV's photographer back in the early '80s. And it just kind of like, seeing her at the same kind of, state, same makeup, same hair, it's like, it kind of brought me back to those days.
Here's a guy that works with Kiss and all my heroes, and he was like a rock star himself, being backstage and hanging out and always doing these cool photo shoots. And every magazine I read, he was getting the photo credit on, and if I could have him work with Boogie Nights, that somehow in my mind makes me feel like Boogie Nights is like my hero's band, or it's like Twisted Sister or Kiss or Earth, Wind and Fire. We're now like that, and because we're being photographed by a guy who specifically is hired to create moments and images that last forever. Mark, for Gabor's character, I like him very much like that, the creepy dude that comes to the party, chest hair popping.
So he's the creepy guy that goes in the club that's trying to pick up the chicks.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And he probably still does it too.
Well, he's married. He still does it.
In character, he does. Yeah. It's okay in character.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. You ready? What's your stage name?
It's my real name, Gabor.
Gabor.
Kiss. Call him Mr. Kiss. Oh,
there we go. Here we go. There you go. That's it. Come on, Gabor. Gabor. Come on. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm coming to get you. Come on. No, you're too smiley. I want a little more like.
Okay.
Like you're gonna do something wrong here.
Open your shirt, Mark. See that chest hair.
You're not gonna wait for me. You're gonna keep going into it. You ready? You're an actor.
Sure.
Let me hear you say it.
I'm an actor.
Now you gotta say it like you're an actor.
Oh, I'm an actor, man.
Okay, here we go. All right, good. That's it. Give me a little more in the face. You gotta really make it work. It's not. That's it. Come on. That's it. Look at me though. I need you to look at me. That's it. And just kind of shoulders back, kind of lean forward like this. More, like I'm pulling you. That's it, that's it. A little more. That's it, good. Like you're eavesdropping a little bit. Good, good. Now point at me, point at me. Point. That's it. Good, stay there. Give me a little more smirk out of the corner.
In my mind, having Mark Weiss come and shoot this stuff was a dream come true because he's done all these great covers that I love. I've enjoyed all his work, and I think it takes a certain personality to be able to bring out the best in everybody as a group and to make you feel like you're not doing something silly even though you're wearing a mirror ball on your head. You know, that brings out the best and brings out the character, and that's what Boogie Nights is all about. So if I have somebody who's professional at doing that and understands that, it makes that job much more easy. And it's almost, you know, I could just think it, say it, whisper it in his ear, and he does it, and he gets the best out of it.
This is a little challenging because I probably photographed maybe 40 to 50 different situations today, you know. So it was a bit of work. So it was a challenge, but when I see it, the photographs appear and the promotion to kick off the Tropicana, then it's going to be, you know, well worth it. I know, like, my work's done at the end of the day, and now the Tropicana people and the marketing people are gonna. It's going to be fun to see what they do with it.
Good, good. Cross your legs, Dave.
We work with people that do this for love, and that's the thing that separates us from everybody else. Mark is the same type of guy. This is a dude that does it for love. He's in it because he's passionate about it. It's not about the money, it's not about anything else. It's because he likes to do it and he makes dreams come true doing it. I feel the exact same thing about Boogie Nights. I love to work with the people I work with. I love the crowd, I love the audience. I love the customers, and I love the action of it. And I love people that, you know, enjoy what they're doing and come to the table with great ideas and go out and kill it every night.
All right, well, let's do this one booth at a time. Where's Laura? Laura?
Tony, my concern at this point is I'm selling these saying, yes, you can put this many people here, and I'm not seeing it.
How many people does this one say?
We're saying this one is 20.
This one's easy.
Well,
20.
yeah, this one's fine,
No,
yeah.
we're going to try to separate.
Actually,
I don't like this.
But I feel like that it's going very well. I think that we got the most out of the space that we had to work with, and the way we laid out the dance floor and the stage and the VIP booths.
I think what we should do, that was all the way against the wall, wasn't it? I would go all the way back there. I'd take this to here. I'd move that in so it feels disconnected. And then you could use a couple of these throughout here. Like you could put, if you move that down, you put a couple of these across from this.
This club is the most colorful Boogie Nights out of all the Boogie Nights we've done. Pretty much before in the past, Boogie Nights has been sort of encompassed in a sort of black background, and everything's been focused on just the floor and lights. This is definitely a well thought out, color coded pattern. So you're sort of going from zone to zone to zone.
We're gonna make it snow.
Just give us a little light show going on.
All right. I'm sorry, I got ADD.
No, but you know, actually, if we don't see it now, you're not going to see it. So.
Could you throw video up there? We gotta keep the screens. Alan, we gotta keep the screens. Have to keep the screens. Yeah, we keep. No, I know, but somebody said, well, maybe we don't need to put them up because.
I said that because there was a logistical thing with getting them up there, but we'll get them up.
Dramatic. He already admitted that he.
Once I saw the difference.
Hip check. It's a hip check. That's when you're not paying attention, somebody calls your name and just. That just stuck out too far, and I understand what he's saying. That's a common problem when you're behind a bar. It's knocking your knees, you know, catching your pants. It's just not going to work.
We might be able to get like this removed too.
Yeah.
Get this removed so you can just get your trash cans back in there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, because then we can get maybe 2 in there. There's really nothing to it. The sink has...
See, I don't know how this is going to work once you cover those. You can't put a drink up here.
Let me show you a mock-up of the one.
I just worry about them big enough to put bottles of ice, mixers.
Yeah, we definitely need. I think that's about where you need that.
I have a better tape.
And I think you need another little.
How late are you open until tonight? All right.
I think these are almost. I think these are almost better like that as little extra seats and have one big table for the whole thing. I think it's better like that. Now you definitely can sell it as 8, and you have one table for everything.
I think that we couldn't have come up with a final design of the space that was allotted for us. As far as how much money we had to work with, I think it's going great.
Well, it's a good people watching, you know. Yeah, definitely.
All right, here's it. Should this be 2 booths? Yeah.
What's that?
I mean, because then what we could do is,
if she was looking to try to sell...
Your boss, Mr. Rodeo,
Mr. Rodeo.
is a very hands-on casino operator, more so than any I've ever seen in the past 30-some years. He really has embraced this project. I mean, to the point where he's down here a lot, isn't he?
Every day. Every day, looking at things, changing things, very hands-on with the artwork, from that's on the walls to the media campaign. Very hands-on. And I swear, he comes down here, and I think he dances, but I don't think anyone will believe that, but I swear he comes down here to bust the move.
Let's go! 1, 2, 3, let's party!
Check 1, 2, okay. Check 1, 2.
Is that the way you dress all the time?
all the time, this is it. Every time a Boogie Nights opens, this is the way I dress.
Boogie night, boogie night. Welcome to Boogie Night.
Oh, I thought that was that.
That's fantastic, dude. Nice. I love it. That's great. I love it.
Doors open in 2 minutes on employee night. This is it. What's going through your mind right now?
Just racing. No, I mean, this is where I'm in my zone right now. Right now, I'm just thinking about making sure everybody is doing everything that's in my mind. They don't know what's in my mind, so I have to actually go around tapping people and yelling at them.
What is in your mind?
My mind is controlled chaos, and that's what I'm trying to deliver right now. And just trying to get everybody to understand, because a lot of people have never been through the Boogie Nights roller coaster, and so now they're about to.
Dave, is that curtain going to be closed?
Yes.
Why don't you start some music so I understand what this is going to sound like before we open the door?
It's time to party.
And you are the first to party, and we're so proud to have here at Tropicana all our friends together into one room. Let's go! 1, 2, 3, let's party! Get on the dance floor! Get out there with them!
One thing, and there's no easy answer, I don't know what it is, and maybe we gotta wait and see. I think that my biggest concern is gonna be the energy in the front room versus the actual dance club area. And if there's 600 people in the room, 550 of them are gonna be crammed into that dance floor area, and I'm just worried that the back area. So whatever, I don't know if there are things that we could do to energize the front room. We have to have dancers' presence. In
They
the
will
front
always
room.
be up there.
The
Yeah.
characters, when they're not dancing, have to be working in the front room. I don't know if the music needs to be louder in the front room. Again, we still just have to wait and see. I think, you know.
Yeah.
I forget who said it. Everybody was an employee, so everybody knows everybody. When you have individual separate groups and they've already paid for a booth, I think that there will naturally be more energy in the front room by virtue of that. But I think anything that we can do to energize that front room, I think is.
I think it's definitely, once we have the boxes and we can be seen.
Yeah, we're putting a platform in that room.
Yeah.
There will be one girl there.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking we even put like a Mr. Ball in front of the Step and Repeat banner who's like dancing.
He's just
People can
constantly there for
walk
the
up,
average
take
people to
pictures
take
with
pictures,
him.
yeah. And the good thing is, I think this club is like driving through traffic in India. People will just make, you know, it's streets are crowded. People are gonna, no matter what, people are gonna come to Boogie Nights because they want to go there. They want to go to the Mecca, and then you're driving through, and you'll have to just get into the place where you can get your drink, you can get your space. You'll find your own space, and if the floor's crowded, you'll find time to drink and sit down. And then vice versa.
The characters, I mean, I think Prince was outstanding. I think that obviously Michael Jackson's phenomenal.
Mr. Disco looks really good on the dance floor.
Oh, the ball?
Bouncing and bobbing.
Yeah, the dancers I think were good. Yeah, when somebody's up on the
glass,
the
spot
glass,
is
and we
hitting
got to
the
work on the
actual
spots
glass,
the way, I don't know if there's a way to place one
Yeah, there
differently,
is.
or if maybe there's a way to get a light up actually so it doesn't have to go through the glass so that it's shining down.
There is, absolutely.
Or you go from the bottom up too, and you could like illuminate them. That was our Michael Jackson's suggestion.
Yeah,
To
to
get
get
some
out
lights
the
up
right
and building of the ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the lighting just doesn't work when it hits the.
When it hits the glass, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the catwalk, I feel like because it's so high, especially when Michael's up there, all you want to see when you see Michael is his feet, because you can't see his feet.
He should really only go up there for Dirty Diana, stuff where he just rips from the top
Right, yeah,
and
yeah.
not from the bottom.
More. We never had actual just like go-go dancers up there dancing.
We will this weekend.
Yeah. Give it some time. Try different things.
Yeah,
and you know,
absolutely.
You might find it's perfect for something.
So yeah,
You
I
just
mean, the
have to
ball
go.
should be up there.
Yeah, our go-go dancers.
You know, I mean, that's, you know, those type of things, we should really, you know, it should be go-go dancers and the ball.
It's very cool up there.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's cool to be up there
Yeah, yeah.
looking down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, the best shots.
Who knows,
the best
maybe
shots.
down the road it becomes a VIP seat.
We talked about that.
No,
I don't know what to expect tomorrow night.
What should we expect tomorrow night?
What's
It
the?
could range from, you know, a very small turnout to, who knows, we invited thousands and thousands of people, but how many people show up, we don't know. I think we need to be very flexible and ready to, if it's too dead, I don't care about letting customers in there. No cover charge tomorrow night, but just let people go in there and experience it.